Welcome to the Zen Zone. Zen Lee here. First off, guys, I love Inmotion wheels, the actual quality of them. I raced the V13. I love the V13. It was just the suspension that really didn't do it for me. And if they added a bit more top speed, when they made the V13 Pro, I was hoping they would do these things, upgrade the suspension, give it a bit more power, and then it would be one of the best 22-inch wheels. I would almost prefer it to the Master, the Panther. I would almost prefer it to the Panther as a racing wheel, a 22-inch racing wheel with a lot of power and good suspension, and it would have sold really well, in my opinion, not just for racing, but just for overall the feel of the V13, the ergonomics of it. It was a great wheel. The Inmotion V14, I think it is one of the best. I would put it at number 2 behind the Patent S. I think it could arguably be number 1 on some trails. Some people prefer it to off-roading. It could even arguably be number 1 16-inch wheel, but I still think the Patent is a better overall value and has better top speed, more range, etc. So I put the Patent S as number 1, but that doesn't take anything away from the Inmotion V14. And guys, also I have an Inmotion affiliate link, so I do support the company. I love the company. There's just one key feature that you should know about before you buy it. One key feature. For me, it's a deal breaker. This is why I will not buy an Inmotion wheel. If they sponsor me with one, okay, that's different. I will make some hype videos or whatever. I tried the Inmotion V9. I think it is the best value EUC. For the money, you cannot buy a better beginner EUC. The specs, everything about that wheel is amazing. I love the V9. I think it is the best value of any EUC for portability, power. It's no racing wheel. It is what it is. It's a beginner commuter wheel with just a great price tag. But this one feature that Inmotion has that no other EUC company has, guys, and correct me if any of my information is incorrect. So far, Inmotion is quiet about this feature and, doesn't like me talking about it. So I'm going to talk about it because you should know about it before you buy an Inmotion wheel. And I've talked about it briefly in some past videos, but I feel like it deserves its own video. So imagine buying a $3,000 electric unicycle and one day it just stops working. Not because of damage, not because of a battery issue, but because a company halfway across the world flipped a digital switch. What if I told you that's not hypothetical? So there is a hidden kill switch essentially in Inmotion devices. It has a remote locking feature baked into their software. Now this is marketed as a security feature to disable stolen wheels. I have seen this in action. When I was in Spain, there was a weird situation where someone sold a wheel and then get paid money or something like this, and Inmotion locked that wheel. They have the power to somehow, I don't know how it works exactly, maybe connection through the app, or maybe they don't even need a connection to that, but they were able to lock this wheel from China, all right? And so I don't know what the resolution was. Maybe the guy gave the wheel back or gave him his money and was able to lock the wheel. I don't know. But this same feature gives Inmotion or the Chinese government potential control over your wheel. So you don't necessarily own your wheel if somebody else can turn it off remotely. Do you really own it? It's similar to Steam, right? You buy all these games on Steam, but if Steam goes out of business or something happens to Steam, then all your games are essentially gone, right? You don't own them. It's not like a physical cartridge. I kind of miss the old days of gaming, with GoldenEye, and you had your cartridge and you had a social community and split screen, and I love those days, I always kind of hope we go back to those days, the good old days of gaming, with cartridges. You actually own the game. Nobody could take that game. I mean, they could steal a game from you, the cartridge, but nobody could just remotely take away your digital projects or your gaming product. So, yeah, the government backing. So, unlike other PEV manufacturers, and guys, fact check me on all this, all right? Unlike other PEV manufacturers, Inmotion receives direct subsidies and backing from the Chinese government. That's why they are, from what I've heard, the richest company. Even though they don't necessarily sell the most wheels, they do have scooters that help a lot with their sales, but they have subsidies from the Chinese government. Interesting. Why does this matter? Because funding often comes with strings, guys. When you're getting sponsored or anything like that, there are often strings attached to these sponsorships or whatnot. So if the Chinese government is funding Inmotion, giving them subsidies, then yeah, China has strict cybersecurity laws that require companies to share user data with the state. If a product has the ability to disable itself remotely and it's sold worldwide, what's stopping them from using it as leverage? So I feel like this is why in the United States, Huawei, I don't know if I'm saying that right, the Hawaii phones, the Chinese phones, and other Chinese phones, the Chinese car company, BYD, which allegedly, and I've seen some videos, their cars look amazing. But imagine like if they sold cars here in the US, yes, they would probably be the best electric cars you can buy, and they would take over, everybody would have them. But then the Chinese government at their whim could lock those cars. I think Tesla could also do that as well. I'm not too sure, correct me if I'm wrong. But at least that is a US local company, as opposed to if there's some sort of trade war like that's happening now, the Chinese government could lock all the wheels, lock all the cars, lock all the phones. It's a huge security issue, and they could use that as leverage against US or Europe or whoever, right? So US regulators have banned Chinese cars with this remote control feature from entering the market. Why? Because of the risk of foreign control or sabotage, especially in times of geopolitical tension, which is kind of what's going on right now, right? Now imagine the same logic applied to electric unicycles and scooters. Today it's your toy, tomorrow it's your commute, and one day your wheel just doesn't turn on. Why this matters for riders. Inmotion's tech might be innovative, but the control behind the curtain should raise questions. At minimum, it's not about ownership, it's about freedom. Riders should be able to mod, fix, and fully control the tech they buy. This is about more than a single brand. It's a trend of centralized power and personal mobility, and we need to push back. Before you buy an Inmotion wheel, ask yourself, do you own your ride, or any PEV, any electric unicycle, any e-bike, any PEV? Do you actually own it, or does someone else own you? Like, comment, and share this video if you believe in rider freedom. And if you've had a weird experience with your Inmotion wheel, drop it in the comments below. Let's compare notes, guys. I really appreciate all the likes and comments. This is something people should know before they buy an Inmotion wheel. Again, I love Inmotion company. I love the people that work there. But they are kind of hush-hush about the fact that they could shut your wheel down. And really, I think they should remove this feature. They already have tracking. That's all you need, is like some sort of Apple tag. If someone steals your wheel, it should be your own tracking, that you're able to track it, not the CCP. They should not get all this information from you. It should be your own tracking. Put an Apple tag in it, put a Samsung tag in it, something to track it. That's on you. It shouldn't be. I don't like these security features that give other people power over your wheel. Those are my thoughts. I'm curious what your thoughts are in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, stay in the Zen Zone.